Here we are in beautiful Watkins, Glen, New York for the first race here at Watkins, Glen, the Watkins Glen 100 for the 1996 IROC season. Anthony Rodriguez has the pole, and to his outside will be Alexander Rowe. Ben Crouch and Stuart Grant make up row number 2. In row 3, Julius Anderson and Luke Rainey. Row 4, Trey Rainey and Isaac Nichols. Row 5, Jake Barker and Rick Stevenson. And rounding out the field in the 11th is Griffin Lynn. Stevenson in the 11 and Isaac Nichols in the 4 have won races this season. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get up to the front here today. There will be someone new winning as the field comes off the final corner. The pace car is in 11 laps at Watkins Glen. As we get set to go green into the restart zone. And the green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Watkins Glen. Anthony Rodriguez with a big jump on the field. Now they come down and they will enter the bus stop for the first time here today. This is where we see most of the problems. They can really sling it in there, but if they're side by side, they could hit someone else. Looks like these guys back here doing a great job of keeping off one another, and Trey Rainey's going to get so many spots there from the 5 of Julius Anderson and the 4 of Isaac Nichols. As here they come. They're going to come from behind the trees into turn 6 and then turn 7. One more right-hander, and Anthony Rodriguez off of the final right-hander, turn number 7, will lead lap number 1 here at Watkins Glen. So the field flies by, all 11 cars in the field. Anthony Rodriguez does lead lap number 1. He does have Ben Crouch on his back bumper though. And then Luke Rainey has solid third right now, just being nice and quiet, letting these guys race it out. Battle is for 4th. It's Stuart Grant and Alexander Rowe who are side by side. Rowe had it at the line. Grant's going to take it. Oh, not quite yet, though. Rowe stayed side by side with Grant, but I believe Grant is going to have it. If he can clear him right here. Rowe might just want to give up the position here. I think it's Stuart Gratton's. Yep. Oh, into the grass goes Anthony Rodriguez, but Ben Crouch did more of the same. Trey Rainey now going to try and get by Alexander Rowe. Alexander Rowe is your points leader coming into today. So we'll see if he can just keep a nice solid top 5 spot. He has finished top 5 in both races. So it'll be interesting to see if he can keep that alive. Wow, Crouch got really, really wide. Luke Rainey will close in just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And these Watkins Glen races usually long, and they stay green flag. So here they come into the S's. See how spread out the field is? In fact, everyone's single file. No passes being made, because it's very hard to pass at a road course. That's what the IROC series does. It takes in the challenges of all 5 types of tracks into one season for 5 races. We started out with the Super Speedway at Daytona. Then we went to the Speedway of Michigan. Now we're at the road course of Watkins Glen. We're going to have a short track and intermediate to round out the final 2 races. So every track type being shown here in these seasons. See this nice camera angle going all the way down this nice little straightaway into turn number 6 and then turn number 7. Anthony Rodriguez started on pole, and he's shown why he did. He's leading every lap so far. We've only completed 3 right now. Still a long ways to go. Look at this battle for 4th, maybe. Stuart Grant and Alexander Rowe. Rowe has been faster. In fact, he was about a 10th and a half faster than Stuart Grant in that time. And they were both faster than the 3 in front. In fact, Alexander Rowe, fastest car on the track. As you can see right here. Fastest lap does belong to that 6 and Stuart Grant in his 2nd. So they are the 2 fastest on the track right now. They've actually really caught Luke Rainey, and it's a big stack up, 3rd on back. 3rd to 5th. Anthony Rodriguez got a little wide, probably trying to test some things, see what works and what doesn't. I don't think that really worked too well. The 7 did close up on him just a little bit there. Luke Rain trying to hold third, but Stuart Grant and Alexander Rowe not making that easy for him. Oh, Granton way out wide, and that's going to allow Alexander Rowe to have a run. Into his inside he will go. What a great move there by Rowe. Saw Granton go out wide. He swung it hard to the right, and he trying to make it stick on that inside of turn number 1. Looks like he's going to have him in the S's. Alexander Rowe moves to 4th. That allowed Luke Rain to pull away from that battle, but Rowe has been the fast car on track consistently. Interesting to see. So it looks like Rowe just didn't really get going the first 2 laps. Car possibly comes in after a few laps. Air pressures build up. Then that car really takes off. Rodriguez off course. Crouch gained just a little bit. Crouch's last lap was faster by 0.2, and it was his fastest of the race. Luke Rain's last lap was his fastest of the race. Got a few going down to the 106s. That was Trey Rainey. I believe that might actually be faster. Yeah, that's faster than Rose. So will he be able to pass Stuart Grant at any point soon? Oh, Stevenson really, wow, Daytona winner. Right now I'm running 11th, not what he wants, and he was dirt trekking off the corner. Once again, Crouch just a little bit faster. Luke Rain just ran as fast after the race by 0.2. In fact, Rowe was a 10th faster. Gratton is really falling off. He's down to the 107.4s. And so is Trey Rainey. Now, Isaac Nichols is going to try and come in as he almost broke the 106 second bracket. And we got battle for the lead. Ben Crouch on the back bumper of Rodriguez. He's been faster consistently, trying to force the 8 car into a mistake. If he keeps putting the pressure on, a mistake will come for him. Certain about that. Yeah, Rick Stevenson just not having his race, possibly the car not where he needs it. Wow. Who was that way in the back that just flat tracked it? Jay Barker in that one car. Did great in the Target Series last season. Just fell apart in the chase. He had some horrible luck in the second to last round, and that got him eliminated. He couldn't go to the Final 4, and he watched 4 others compete for the title instead of him being 1. So let's go through the fields. You can see Anthony Rodriguez is your race leader. But the guy chasing him down, Ben Crouch, is on his back bumper in second. He has been consistently faster than that 8 car. So you can see he's on his back bumper. He was a 10th faster last time by. They both go in the grass again. And third, we have Luke Rain. Stayed there pretty much all race long. And he's fending off a hard charging Alexander Rowe, who might burn up his stuff just a little bit as he's been a little bit slower than he was. He's right now 4th. Stuart Grant is holding on to a nice 5th. In fact, his car has actually picked up over the last few laps. In 6th, we have Trey Rainey. In 7th, we have Isaac Nichols. In fact, these two have been some of the fastest on the track the last few laps. Watch for them to possibly make some positions up. Julius Anderson is in 8th. In 9th, we have Griffin Lynn. Jake Barker, 10th. And rounding out the field in 11th, it's Rick Stevenson. Man, off of turn number 7 there. The 8 really gained. He really pulled away from that 7 car. In fact, their lap time's identical. The difference between them, 1,000th. And that's in Crouch's favor. No real battles on the track. The closest is really for the lead. Even then, now it's getting a little bit spread out. Rodriguez, your pole sitter. Trying to win it. Let's go on board and look back from that 8 car and see what he sees to the 7. See, they're going through the carousel there. 7 really gained off the carousel. Looks like he has some really good grip to get off the corner. Oh, he can really drive it in there, too. Yeah, that 7 right now looks better, but it's a whole matter of passing. You can catch someone. Catching is one thing, passing is another. And Crouch has 3 laps to try and get around Rodriguez. In fact, Rodriguez might have some more speed on the straightaways. But Rodriguez can really close it in the corners. Look at that move by that 7 car into the corners. Can really drive it down in there. Newly repaid service has a lot of grip. And then when you set up your car to have a lot of grip, you can really drive it into the corners and make it stick. And right now he's doing just that. Coming into the bus stop here. Look, he's gaining on him in the draft. 7 car is one great machine, and Rodriguez does go wide. Crouch closes right up onto the back bumper of that 8 car. Coming to 2 to go. Crouch, wow, he can really drive it in. He's on the back bumper of that 8. That was basically a lap around Watkins Glen with Anthony Rodriguez, your leader, looking back on the 7 of Ben Crouch, coming to 2 laps to go. Yep, Rodriguez really gets off the final corner better. 2 laps left. Into the S's. Yeah, Crouch is just... he needs to find a way around. He's been faster consistently. But as I said, catching is one thing, passing is another. Coming to the white flag. They're in the bus stop. Again, Rodriguez a little bit off. Rick Stevenson just not having his day, man. He's way off pace and not what he wants. You can see Crouch is trying every lane he can, trying to get around. He used the high lane through the carousel, trying to get a run off. In fact, Rodriguez tried that earlier in the race and it didn't work for him. Kind of worked for Crouch then, but just not where he needs to be overall. Coming to the white flag. The white flag is up. Final lap at Watkins Glen. Anthony Rodriguez with the race lead. Crouch is trying to close, but Luke Rainey has made it a battle for second. Yeah, Rainey's just been sitting there quietly in third. I'm sure he'd love to stay there. He hasn't had the best of seasons, but man, oh man, if he could get around that 7 car, that'd be another position gain and more points. Coming into the bus stop for the final time for Anthony Rodriguez. Crouch is faster on the straightaways because of the draft. He's faster in the corners. Just no way to get around that 8 car. He does go wide. Crouch is outside of him. Outside, not a place to make a pass, though. You can see he really fell back. That was his only shot. Unless a big move happens in turns 6 and 7. Into 6 for the final time. Now they will enter turn 7 for the final time. It's all Anthony Rodriguez. He started on pole. He'll dominate and lead all 11 laps of the 1996 Watkins Glen 100. As he wins at Watkins Glen, Rodriguez the dominator. Here comes Rick Stevenson across. Disappointing day for him. But Anthony Rodriguez, man oh man, dominating performance, and Ben Crouch did not make it easy on him. He definitely pushed him all the way. If you look at the finishing results, Anthony Rodriguez does end up winning. In second it was Ben Crouch. Luke Rainey is third. Alexander Rowe fourth. Stuart Gratton ends up fifth. Then Trey Rainey in sixth. Isaac Nichols seventh. 8th is Julius Anderson, 9th is Griffin Lynn, 10th is Jay Barker, and Rick Stevenson, 6 seconds off the leader, about 3 seconds off the rest of the field, finishes 11th. Congratulations to Anthony Rodriguez on a dominating performance here at Watkins Glen. It moves him up in the points. So we'll now look at the points standings. Alexander Rowe still has the points lead. He's the only person to have finished top 5 in all 3 races. And again, he has the points lead. Anthony Rodriguez with that win, though, closes in. He's only 8 points behind. Stuart Grant is only 10 back. He's in third. Trey Rainey is fourth. Jay Barker fifth. They got Isaac Nichols in sixth. 7th is Ben Crouch. 8th, Rick Stevenson. 9th, Julius Anderson. 10th, Luke Rainey. And Griffin Lynn, not a season he's wanted to forget this season. Not a season he wants to remember. Right now, 11th. See, Anthony Rodriguez, he led all 11 laps, and he led 1 other lap this season. So, man, dominating performance. As you look at what the next race will be, and it is the Richmond 100. Richmond's this is the short track of this season. See you guys then.